Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. You find me again here at my writing desk. Today is Friday. It's the 15th of November 2024, and I've been busy working on various bits of writing, using my note cards here, and I've just been reflecting on what it means to sit down and write, because I talk a lot about the importance of writing in journals, and I've got my, you've looked back at previous videos, I talk about my particular journal I've got in this drawer here, where I've been, just dropped it, I've been working through doing, splitting it out. It's going to be in sections, into quarters. I won't go through it again because I've gone through it extensively before, but it's the benefits of writing and focus, and also with the note cards. I'm still writing note cards religiously to go with my Zettelkasten system. Interesting, I was watching a YouTube video just the other day, and someone was talking about flashcards and how they built Anki flashcards on a phone, and they can sort of go in and out of them. And I just thought, God, what a waste opportunity. You could have built up a whole load of cards, like physical cards, because they're going to get lost over time. Whereas, if you've got physical stuff, you could maybe back it up digitally, maybe a good idea, because as I say, you could obviously lose physical cards, but just to have things purely digital just seems bonkers to me. Anyhow, where was I? So yeah, I've been reflecting on the importance of doing it, and I've dug out this book. I've been looking at this. I don't know if you've come across, I'm sure you probably have come across Stoicism, Stoic Principles. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations is the book here. I've got Seneca's Letters from a Stoic, and I think, to be fair, Ryan Holiday is kind of the more modern contemporary who's made it more famous. I did have a book before he came out by a guy called something Irving. I think it's something called The Good Life or something, when I first introduced Stoicism. And again, I think, unfortunately, I either had that on an audiobook or I had it on a digital Kindle book, I think, which I just kicking myself. I never buy Kindle books now. But I went through a phase, it was new. Hey, it was new, it was cool, so I thought I'd do it, and I kind of regret it now. But, the beauty of these writings, either from Marcus Aurelius here or from Seneca, is you get to see their deep thought, their focus, their resilience. The principles that come out of here are just so incredible to think this was written, kind of a couple of thousand years ago, and yet it still seems so contemporary in terms of the same concerns that we have in issues. And, I think very much certainly with Seneca's work, you do feel like you're peering into somebody's journal. You probably shouldn't be looking there, because I don't think it was actually intended that he was ever writing it, and certainly wasn't writing it to be published. It was very much his own internal wranglings and him making sense of the world by writing out his thoughts in a journal, and almost like sometimes berating himself for things where he thinks he should have done things better, and trying to just reason with himself to calm down in situations and recognise what things are beyond his control, what he can, what he can't control, what things he could look at that are things he can plan to do to be a better person, but recognising that he's a mere mortal, and that he has to stay resilient, stay focused on what he's trying to achieve. And the writing, you can tell, very much leads into that, in terms of making sure that he's doing all the right things and thinking all the right things, and it's all about mindset. Such great stuff, and I just sort of reading through this, you can see how kind of battered this book is, but I dip in and out of this. I've got, I think, pretty much all of Ryan Holiday's books as well. He's got that kind of Ego is the Enemy. What else? He's got a whole bunch of the Daily Stoic. It's quite nice to dip in and out on a daily basis. When I sort of pick that up, you can look at the relevant date and get a little insight there. But I certainly think Stoicism and the whole analogue kind of vibe go together, in the sense of that calmness, that almost rigor around making ourselves sit down and focus and think. They are, I think, match made in heaven, really. So, and I never kind of thought of it before, and I was just kind of digging through this and certainly Seneca stuff, and reading about the writings and their process makes you reflect on how important it is. Not that necessarily our journals will be read and enjoyed for thousands of years to come, but hey, who knows? You never know. Let's not underplay it. But I can see sort of the note cards and stuff, it's building legacy. This is stuff that can be passed on. And I think there will be stuff in here that will be really relevant. Kids, grandkids can look through and how things piece together, knowledge and ideas. It's got a resonance and a distinct staying power that you don't get with digital. And just, I don't have any thoughts where you kind of have read into Stoicism, Stoic philosophies. If you have the meditations, please give any comments below. If you find it useful to dig into this more, please leave any comments. Happy to explore Stoicism principles and this relevance to analogue. That would be absolute joy to do. But just kind of touching on it here, it was a thought I had earlier, and I brought this book in just sort of because I was just reading through it earlier evenings, trying to do a lot more reading, stepping away from the phone as much as possible, especially at night time. It's that time of year now here in the UK where it's kind of, we're in autumn and you have a crackling fire and sat reading a book. I almost need a candle. That's what my next step. Sitting next to some candlelight would be awesome to really complete the picture, the analog picture. But that's kind of where we're at right now. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and look forward to catching up with you soon.